Alright, hey you guys, it is Kendall back with another video, and for today's video, I will be saying Netflix movies and show recommendations I recommend you watch. So for the first one, we have All American. All American is about this guy that goes to Beverly Hills or whatever to go, fulfill his football dream or whatever. And I'm not gonna say the rest because, I'm not a spoiler. Alright, so then we got Moesha. Moesha is basically just kind of like a show based around, her and, just regular things a teenage girl has going on in her life, basically. Next we have Grand Army. Grand Army talks about LGBTQ plus. It talks about trigger warning rape. It talks about just teenage problems in general. It talks about all of that type of stuff in there. But the second season had got banned or whatever because people said it was racist. I'm like, that was just the whole point of the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's talked about how it talked about Muslims or whatever in it, and that's why people probably think it's racist, but I'm saying like that was the whole point of the thing, to talk about racism. You know what I'm saying? So next we got Total Drama Island. Total Drama is a good show to me because you basically the show is basically competing to win $1 million or whatever, but there's a whole bunch of other like drama that goes into it or whatever, like couples. Like I know this one couple, Courtney, Gwen, and Duncan. Basically, they wasn't going back and forth about him. So she basically like, she was Courtney's friend, and Gwen stole her man. They people was talking about how she didn't steal him and he was free or whatever. But if that's your friend, you dead wrong for that. Like, no. But anyways, so next we have Rhythm and Flow. Rhythm and Flow is like it's basically like a little rapping competition. It has Cardi B on it, Chance the Rapper, and T.I. Basically a competition to see who can win or whatever. And the person that won, I haven't heard anything from him. I haven't heard any music, nothing. So I recommend watching The Lovely Bones if you're into crime. Lovely Bones is about this girl who gets, killed or whatever, and then the person that nobody expected it to be. Well, some people probably did suspect it because he did kind of act a little weird. But yeah, I'm not gonna say who it is, but it is called The Lovely Bones. Next is called The American Murder. It's about Chris Watts and how he killed his family. Like I said, if you're into crime, you're gonna be into that type of stuff. He basically killed his family or whatever, and then he just disposed of their bodies like as if he'd never cared about them. And again, he was basically like putting on this whole facade like he cared, and he didn't. Fuller House, basically part 2 of Full House. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you don't know what Full House is, watch Full House first and then watch Fuller House. Next we have 60 Days In. 60 Days In is a really good show. It's basically about people that act like they're in jail, but they're really not. But they do it for 60 days, probably even less or more, depending on, if they're in trouble or not. Because sometimes if you're likely to get killed in jail, like if you're gonna get killed, people are gonna know that you're part of the 60 Days In program. I don't know how, like, some people just find out through, like, other sources of jail. It could be through a letter. It could be through phone call. You know what I'm saying? People could just find out. So, that's pretty much it. Okay, so, next we got On My Block. On My Block is basically a group of people. They all become friends or whatever. One is in a gang, and I'm just like... Basically, and he was playing this girl Olivia and Moxie at the same time, and I'm like, yeah, you can't even say. And it's the fact that she stayed with him for me. Like, ma'am, he was so toxic. Never. And then we got Bunked. Bunked is like a Disney Channing thing. I did used to watch it Bunked, but after they kept adding new characters, I was like, yeah, I don't want to watch this anymore. So next we got Victorious. Victorious is basically about Tori. Basically, it's basically like Hollywood Arts. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like a school that you're talented and you go to, and it's more stuff into it. But y'all can figure that out for yourselves, cause I don't want to spoil nothing. All right. So next we got Erased. If you're into like anime, I really didn't put that much anime in here simply just because of the sole fact of I don't know if y'all like into anime, but Erase is a really good thing. Basically it's about this guy who murders 3 girls or whatever, and they're trying to figure out who the killer is, and the killer is very unexpected. I been thought he was killer from the beginning. You could just tell. To me, I thought you could just tell. All right, another one is called The Cecil Hotel. The Cecil Hotel. And basically, it's about this girl, Elisa Lam. If y'all don't know about the Elisa Lam case, it's basically a really big case about how this girl was found floating in a tank or whatever. And she basically disappeared, and her whole family was very, they didn't know what happened to her. And they had only one video of her on camera, and it basically looked like she was kind of trying to talk to a ghost or whatever. It looked like she was probably high or whatever, and people were just like, yeah, something's off or whatever. And then she walks out of view from the camera, and she's never to be seen again until she's found in the tank. And the only reason why they found her body was because people was complaining about the water, and they was like, oh, it's dark or whatever, and people said they were drinking that water, and they thought it was probably just something wrong, it was probably just discolored, but her body was in there the whole time. And I'm like, yeah. Next we got You. You is basically about this guy that's basically obsessed with this girl. You just basically see it. Next we got Miss America by Taylor Swift. She basically talks about her insecurities in it, and I really think it's really good, and it opens doors for a lot of people because people see influencers and stuff as, oh, they can never be insecure, but that's not true. Well, she's not an influencer, but singers and all that. But people make it seem like they're the beauty standard. They do this and that. They're not insecure. They don't have their insecurities as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that she talked about her, issues or whatever in there to make it seem like she's not perfect, because nobody is. Okay, so next we got Nailed It. Nailed It is basically a cooking show. That's it. Basically you win money if you have the best cake. Next we got 13 Reasons Why. Basically about this girl, Hannah Baker. She basically killed herself because it was basically because of 13 people, and that was 13 Reasons Why. So yeah. So next we got Dynasty. Dynasty is basically it's if y'all know, I don't know her actual name, but I know she played Jade West in Victorious, and that's a really good show. Next you got Instatainable. This girl, her name is Patty. She lost a whole bunch of weight. Then she decided to do pageants or whatever. And then ever since then, she was good. And she just learned, how to do other stuff in her life. Now this, I'm talking about this one is called So All the Boys I Loved Before. Basically her sister had got these letters, and then she had just put them out, and she was like, what are y'all on about? And she finally figured it out. And then yeah, it was crazy. Next we got Kissing Booth. Kissing Booth, she basically was caught messing with her brother. Well, his brother, because her best friend was a boy. So yeah. So next we got If Anything Happens, I Love You. Basically it's like a short clip of this girl going to school or whatever. It's a really emotional type of thing. Basically if she dies or whatever, she loves you. basically. Not well, she was saying that to her parents when something happened, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Next we got Haters Back Off. It stars Miranda sings or whatever in it. And it's basically about how she's being like conceited the whole time, and her sister was kind of mad that she always felt conceited or felt entitled, and it was just a lot going on. Next, we got Secret Obsession. It's basically about this guy who imposters as this girl's husband, but her husband is actually dead. And it's just like, yeah. Next, we got Nacho Libre. And it's basically, I watched this ever since like I was a little kid. I don't remember when this came out. I think it came out in the 2000s. Yeah, it came out in the 2000s. So yeah, if y'all want to watch that, it's basically about this guy becoming a wrestler to feed his village or whatever. So yeah, not his village, well, people at his church, basically. Okay, so now we got Rugrats and we got Self-Made. We already know what Rugrats is. If y'all know what Rugrats is, don't know what to tell you. Okay, so next we got Self-Made. Self-Made is about Madam C.J. Walker, who is the woman that had made hair care products, you know what I'm saying, for black women, and it opened up a whole new door for like black women as a whole. So next we got Murder Mystery. It stars Adam Sandler and yeah, I don't know her name, but yeah, it stars her and him, and they basically try to figure out who's killing all these people. Next we got Tall Girl. It's basically people living, well, it's basically showing people what tall girls go through in life, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Next, we got Raising Dion. It's a very good thing. Basically, Dion has powers or whatever, and this dude is really obsessed with his mom or whatever, and he tries to date her, and it's just like, bro, chill out. Like, no, ma'am. So yeah, that is all for this video. I know I dropped a whole bunch, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, hope you guys like and subscribe. Comment down below what y'all want to see next. And yeah.